During these times of uncertainty, we are all invited to look even more closely. What do we stand for? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley, and I am the host of our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. And these are definitely times of uncertainty. For our inspiration this morning, I have chosen a little excerpt from an email I received from Father Greg Boyle and Homeboys titled exactly this: We Stand Today. If you're new to the morning practice, welcome. It's a three-part practice. We begin with a little inspiration, then we do a 20-minute silent meditation, and then after that, we always conclude before jumping off and beginning our day with a Ignatian Examen, where we step back, reflect on our lives, and notice where we might have missed or experienced God's presence in our life. So for this morning, we will begin with inspiration from Father Greg Boyle, and he says this in his most recent Homeboy email. We stand today with the family of George Floyd as they hold services for him in Minneapolis. We remain horrified that in 8 minutes and 46 seconds, his life was snuffed out by police officers in the light of day. We hold George's family in our hearts. The tragic event and the COVID-19 crisis both have revealed fault lines. Both have exposed structural racism in healthcare, in our economy, in criminal justice, and in the immigration system. Our nation was ailing long before these disparities and inequities became writ large. Never before have we seen so starkly the need for radical changes in the social contract. Father Boyle goes on to say, there is an idea that has taken root in the world, and it is at the root of all that is wrong with it. And the idea is this: there just might be lives out there that matter less than other lives. Homeboy Industries has always stood against that idea, and we always will. Beyond that, we find hope in the struggle and in the unshakable goodness of all people. We all long for the exquisite mutuality made palpable and real in the halls of Homeboy and in the hugs we will one day be able to exchange again. My love for you knows no bounds. My hope in your ability to draw our family circle as a global Homeboy community even more wide, more spacious, more inclusive is total. The time of pandemic and the tragic murder of George Floyd is a doorway. Let us walk through it together. Sincerely, Greg Boyle. Thank you, Father Boyle, for the inspiration to get our meditation going this morning. I think it is so important to know not only what we stand for, but where we stand. So with this, this inspiration to begin the morning, let's move into our meditation time. I invite you to lower the lights Find a comfortable, safe space wherever you are, in your home, in a tent, on the streets, just somewhere where you can get comfortable. Father Thomas Keating says the method is simple. We just sit down and give this next 20 minutes to God. So I invite you now. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug, to turn off all technology. I will set the timer for 20 minutes, so you don't have to even worry about that. I'll ring the bell to begin, and then I'll ring the bell when we complete it. So go ahead, and I invite you to lower the eyes or 3/4 close, and we will begin and end with the sound of the bell. Let's start. Listen, listen. The sound of the beautiful bell brings us back to our true home. As always, let's begin with 3 diaphragmatic breaths, breathing deeply as possible into the lower belly, bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and the body. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time, deeply as possible. Inhale and exhale. Continue to keep your attention on the breath. God is as close to us as this air that we breathe. We only have about a minute left, so for this last minute, on Friday, we'll again engage the ancient 17th century Tibetan practice of sprinkling a little joy, a little peace over our lives, our community, and our world. Please continue. Wonderful job, everyone. If your eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes. You can circle the wrists one way, then the other. Bring your attention back to the room. It's Friday. Many of you have been with us throughout the whole week. We'll end the Friday with our Ignatian Examen. And as we do that, we just look over, on Fridays, I like to look over the last week. And earlier this morning, I had a conversation with John. These are very trying times. COVID-19, the protests, so much going on in our world and our lives. So for my examen, what I would encourage everyone to do is to be gentle on themselves, to find a little gratitude. And where my gratitude definitely has been this last week has been for you, for this community, for a place of solidarity, for a place to sit together, for a place to bring peace to the world. And so grateful for Hollywood, for the Blessed Sacrament, for our Jesuit campus, where we've been able to do some nonviolent protests, bring strawberries, bring water to people. It's been very hot here. And to just see, even in the midst of struggle, God is clearly at work. And I do believe with all my heart, it takes a village, it takes a little inspiration. So grateful for Martin Luther King's words throughout the week, for ending with the hope from Father Greg Boyle at Homeboys. I would invite you during these trying times over this weekend to continue to the practice, to set the timer, sit for 20 minutes, give the first part of the morning to God, and then surrender. Whatever happens the rest of the day just happens. Thank you so much for being part of this community, for being with us throughout the week. Have a beautiful Friday and weekend. God bless you.